What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new StarCraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit, spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Parasite LE, playing with the red Zerg pieces. She's currently tied with her opponent and wants to end this series right here and right now. Her name is Skarlet. And her opponent spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's currently tied up the series and wants to finish off his opponent. His name is Shadow. So guys and girls, you guys can check out all these games on the YouTube channel right now in this series. And I have got to say here, once again, I am seeing another probe come across the map very, very early. Now, obviously, this isn't a massive tell. If we see a forge, though, we're gonna, we might see something a little bit out of the ordinary once again. Looks like hatch pool into the gas geyser is what I'm assuming for Skarlet on her side of the map. Looks like a gateway into a simulator is what our Protoss player is going to go ahead and do. Now, here's the question. Are we actually going to see a macro-focused game here? It does look like the Protoss player is getting a natural Nexus here. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, guys. It looks like we're not going to have, at least at the very early stages of the game, doesn't look like we're going to have much cheese quite yet. But I will tell you that it could turn very, very, these things can turn into significant cheese very quickly. Does look like Shadow wants to just get as much information as possible, see the timing on some of these things very early into the game here. Skarlet is obviously being cautious, has some overlords trying to see if there's any tell that there might be, this might not be standard for one reason or another. Question is Skarlet going to go ahead and get that third base expansion very, very early, or relatively early, I should say? It's quite possible, obviously. A couple of Zerglings are now out. Looks like that Zergling speed upgrade's coming. Now, this is interesting. We are going to get a Stargate out of Shadow. First time seeing a Stargate out of him in this series. So I think he may very well be playing, like I said, we might actually get a standard, macro-focused game between these two opponents, and I'm excited to see this because all we've seen from both players is this toying back and forth from a standpoint of cheese, right? It's been, one player or another is trying to cheese the other opponent, and then it all comes down to defense on one side or another. So now having there be, some not necessarily, as much cheese going on, at least in the very early stages of this game, I'm liking that a lot. I really am. I'm liking that we're going to see these two players really clash and go at it. So third base is going down now for Skarlet. Does look like another gateway is going to be coming up here, and it does look like the Phoenix is coming out along with an Oracle. So we're seeing the tech of choice here by Shadow. Looks like that Warp Gate research is going to be coming up here as well for our Protoss player, and I love this. I love that we're seeing a standard macro-focused game here, at least from the looks of it, from Shadow, as well as Skarlet. I'm liking this as well. It looks like they're both giving each other that mutual respect. They're saying, okay, the series comes down to this game, so let's really see who's better than the other. So, like I said, comes down to this right here and right now. And it looks like the creep spread's starting to move around. One thing that Skarlet is incredible at is her creep spread. It is absolutely out of control. She can really get the creep spread moving very quickly, like some of the best, that I've seen out there in the world. I would have to say Serral probably is the best known for his creep spread, out of all the other Zerg players out there. There are others, though, that are really good at that creep spread, like Lambo, Raynor, as well as, of course, Dark. But, like I said, Skarlet's up there with them as far as the creep spread goes. So, looks like these couple of these Zerglings are going to try to get a little bit of some information here. Now, interestingly enough, we got a good amount of these Adepts that are starting to shade across the map here. It does look like we're going to be getting a Lair as well as a Roach Warren coming out of our Zerg player. You got about 18 Zerglings are going to be coming out here. She did see that there are some of these Adepts coming across the map here. I'm wondering if Shadow is really going to commit to this, or is he just going to try to get a little bit of some damage done here against some of these units. It does look like they're going to try to get the surround here. The Shades are coming in here, but just like that, it does look like all that said and done, a couple of those Adepts did get away. Lots of Zerglings are starting to move across the map, though. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Looks like they are going to try to get the surround on a couple of these Adepts, and that's exactly what they do. The third base is starting to go down here for our Protoss player, and now it does seem like Scarlet knows that this is happening. A very quick third base here, or Nexus, for our Protoss player at about the 6-minute mark. And so what I'm wondering is if this is going to trigger Scarlet to go ahead and get, pretty aggressive here, or is she just going to kind of still sit back and play that micro or macro focus game here? Looks like there's a lot of Adepts coming across the map as well here. It does look like there is going to be a Hydra Den. Looks like we're going to get +1 coming out of the evolution chamber. And it looks like interestingly enough, we're going to start getting some Colossus out. I love that decision a lot to get the Colossus out for our Protoss player. But all that being said and done, Scarlet has decided, it looks like, not to get really aggressive, but more so to go with that, that fourth base location. And just as I'm saying that, some Dropper Lord cocoons are coming up here. So the drop play is something that Scarlet absolutely loves doing. She loves to do the drop play when it comes to, getting somewhat aggressive. And I wonder if this is going to throw our Protoss player off a little bit. He doesn't really have any defense here, at least at this third base location. I'm wondering if she's going to try to hit from multiple angles here. That would be very, very interesting. Now, it does look like the War Prism is trying to get a little bit of some damage done here. It does look like a couple of these Roaches as well as Zerglings are going to be shooed away by, of course, the Oracle. Now, the Oracle knows exactly what's going on now. So, the Dropper Lords doesn't look like they're really going to be able to do much, because right now, Shadow knows exactly what's going on. Question is could this still work? There are going to be very soon a very scary army here by Shadow if this game goes on much longer. Because if you look at this, okay, she's coming in with the drop play, but obviously with the Revelation, Shadow knows exactly what's going on. And there's going to be Immortals as well as some Colossus here. There are going to be some Hydras. There's going to be Roaches as well as Zerglings at the front doorstep of our Protoss player. Is there going to be enough here to hold on against this aggression by the Zerg player here? Shadow's going to need to respond relatively quickly. Does look like one of the Colossus is going to be making its way. Both are starting to move over, and now with the War Prism, it does look like they very well may be able to kind of shoo away at this army, and that's exactly what's going on. But at the same time, these Zerglings are getting so much value, getting a bunch of the probes, and it looks like Scarlet is everywhere. She's at the third base location trying to get some damage done as well here against a bunch of these Adepts as well. The Adepts decide to really go in for the kill here on some of these Hydras. Beautiful force fields there. Looks like this army is going to be taken out from Scarlet, but at the same time, there is more drop play going on, and Scarlet, just like that, is everywhere, and more red units. We're starting to see, of course, the Swarm Hoster coming, and this is where it's going to get scary. It's going to get very scary here soon for our blue Protoss player if he's not careful, because the drop play is continuing, and these probes are just dropping like flies right now. This is absolutely decimating Shadow's army, and now the Locust. Oh my god, the decimation of all of the probes in that third base location. Scarlet currently is everywhere. She's everywhere. The creep spread is almost halfway across the map already, and Guys, I don't know how much longer Shadow can hold on here. Oh, the Swarm hosts are in such a bad position, but it doesn't matter. GG is called, and Shadow has to GG out after some beautiful play by Scarlet. And now we know when there is a macro-focused game, Scarlet is going to be our winner. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Scarlet and Shadow, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.